Is casual gaming a thing of the past? Although many things have changed in the last 50 years, the fundamental aspects of gaming have not. The purpose of games and gaming is to generate a large array of emotional reactions from those playing the games. From the angst and action of Red Dead Redemption to the joy and jubilation of winning the league in FIFA career mode. However, over the last few years, it seems as though games have lacked this analog connection to those who play them. Is this just personal to me, or is it something affecting all casual gamers?
Scratch and dent and ends up.
In the past, for my dad's generation for example, Nintendo Donkey Kong, Pac-Man and Space Invaders were games that every young adult and teenager looked forward to playing. All these games have stood the test of time and are regarded as some of the most enjoyable games, considering their limitation in format during those times. However, forward 40 years, and it's rare to imagine any modern game lasting this long. One reason for this may be the large technological advancements made since the turn of the century. As the technology progresses, consumers want the fastest, the smoothest, the most responsive version of a game, which forces those who make the games to need to constantly update them or make them so advanced they cannot operate on an old console or an old PC. Have we strayed too far from the fundamental reason gaming was conceived? Or is this just the natural progression of gaming? It is a sad reality that the evolution of wireless gaming has minimized LAN gaming and hence reduced the opportunity for classic nostalgic gaming experiences to occur between family members and friends. Although, it's not to say wireless gaming hasn't improved the lives of many, allowing them to play with fellow gamers internationally, as well as from across the road. Nevertheless, there have been some fundamental games created during the last 10 to 15 years which have encapsulated generations and may become legendary in the years to come. The introduction of the DS Lite and Wii console from Nintendo became household items during the late 2000s. You could now officially spar with your mother, bowl against your grandfather, and play golf with your dad, all from the comfort of your living room. For me personally, the Wii is what gaming is all about, bringing friends and family together, being active, whilst also having fun and enjoying a variety of simple, fast-loading video games which were playable regardless of skill level or controller dexterity. The DS Lite was another example of Nintendo's acute awareness of how to create an engaging and interactive gaming experience for all. From Pokemon and Mario Kart to virtual games like Nintendogs to the classics like crosswords, the DS had games for all ages and all generations to cater for any user. This is what led the DS to dominate the gaming market during the late 2000s. You were able to play on the go and simply pause it by closing the screen. There was no need for lengthy saving sequences, unnecessary updates, and laggy internet connections. It was just simple, pure, and fun. Turn to the modern day, where I find it virtually impossible to casually game on my PlayStation 4. If you make it past the software updates and are lucky enough to find a controller with enough charge, you are then confronted with the need to pay for a subscription to access games online, despite having internet, having the game, and having the console. Modern gaming still requires a constant investment, deeming it nearly unusable for a once or twice a month casual gamer. If you choose to spend your hard-earned cash on your joy for gaming, you quickly encounter another problem: constant downloads and lack of free storage. Speaking from experience, there is nothing worse than amassing a group of friends to go and play a game of FIFA, Call of Duty, or Fortnite, as most casual gamers do from time to time, being confronted by a 30 gigabyte update, which takes hours to download just to play a simple game of FIFA or a 2v2 in Call of Duty. These updates ruin all momentum, and suddenly the idea to play a few rounds slowly vanishes off, and you're left feeling unsatisfied and upset by these games you paid good money for. Why can't they keep a version that doesn't need constant update? If you've somehow managed to make it to the promised land, you have a subscription, you have space on your device, and your game is fully updated, you still have to confront the true final boss for all casual gamers: the skill gap and leveling systems. Whilst you're away from the game, studying, working, traveling, or just living life, everyone playing the game has reached such a high level in most common games that it is very difficult to play just to have fun. For example, Call of Duty Warzone is virtually impossible to win once returning from a hiatus. Guns have changed, maps have changed, DLCs have dropped, new scopes, and anything imaginable. Suddenly, your idea for a few fun rounds of casual online gaming has been ruined, and you're left feeling helpless to the ever-expanding world of gaming. I have fond memories of playing DS with my sister, or creating my dad's Mii character, which we still think looks identical to him until this day. Some games are timeless, and rightly so. However, I believe if developers continue to follow the path of money and sales compared to fun and playable games, gaming for casual players will be ruined forever. However, to claim that all my modern day gaming experiences have been bad would be a lie. My annual 2-week Minecraft grind or my replay through Red Dead Redemption are always an enjoyable time. However, if game developers continue to use cheap tactics such as making expensive games or having them be difficult to download and with short lifespans, casual gaming will die. As this isn't the fundamental reason why games were made. They weren't made to last a minute. They're made to have interactions between people and be enjoyable and last the test of time if they're actually a good game. This can be extremely frustrating, especially with franchises such as FIFA, who have released almost the same game for the last decade with very minor changes and a very upset sort of fan base who they choose not to listen to. My overall solution to this problem would be a format of almost arcade-like games but versions of a finalized game. So for example, it might be a COD map, but it's only get access to one map. It's small, easy to download, free, playable to all, and it doesn't require constant updates. For me, this format would be quite good because I'd be able to log on whenever I wanted, wherever I wanted, and play with my friends at the click of a button, instead of, as I said earlier, the large amounts of time which elapse between being able to actually play a game when you buy it versus when you haven't played for a while and trying to play again. This would allow casual gamers like me and you to rebuild their connection with gaming and have this flourishing relationship return to them once again.